Hi, welcome to another episode of Low Carb Cooking 101. My name is, of course, Ken Tultzma, and in today's episode I'll be dealing with one of my favorite comfort foods, cauliflower bisque. It's a great meal to have when you don't feel like something's very exorbitant or much to do, and it also is a great way to get your veggies into your diet. So with that, I've already cut up my veggies, which is one small onion and two small stalks of celery and a medium cauliflower. I'm going to turn on my stove and dump the onion and celery into the frying pan and salt and pepper them just a bit. America's Test Kitchen has said that salting the onions when they go into the pan as opposed to after brings out a lot of the flavor out of the onions and makes them less likely to burn on the stove. You want to cook the onions until they're translucent and the celery is tender. That'll probably take about 2 to 3 minutes. So we'll catch back up when that's done. Alright, welcome back. The onions and the celery are both tender and the onions are translucent. They're not burnt yet. There's no browning. At this point we want to add the chopped cauliflower. Make sure your pieces are no larger than, say, this, because the smaller the pieces, the more tender the cauliflower will be. At this point, you want to add 3 cups of chicken broth, you want to bring this to a boil, and at that point you want to turn down the heat to about a low medium and let it cook for about 20 to 25 minutes. The cauliflower should be really tender at that point, and that's where we'll pick it up again. Alright, the cauliflower is about done. It's been cooking for about 20 minutes now. It's really fork tender. You can basically dissolves or mushes right easily with a fork. At this point, if I had a stick blender, I'd be using it to blend it all together. However, I just simply have a normal KitchenAid blender. So when this goes off, I will spoon it into the blender, add a half a cup of cream to it. There it goes, bing. So at this point, I'll shut it off. Start ladling it into the blender. Juice and all, or broth and all. And if all else fails, you can just pour it in. Alright. So I've got my cauliflower in there. Now let me put that half a cup of heavy cream in. If you want a little lower fat, you can do a 50-50 mixture with the heavy cream and water. and simply mix it up. At this point, you want to give it a good taste to see if it needs any salt or pepper. It should taste a lot like a potato chowder soup. I think mine's pretty good. Let me give it a couple more hits of the liquify button. Break any up remaining pieces. And if you want to top it, some suggested toppings would be cheddar cheese or bacon bits. Well, that concludes another episode of how to cook low carb. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. Thank you very much.